All right, YouTube says we're live. It's approximately 5:57 p.m. Central Time here in Wisconsin on March 4th, 2021. I want to share a very important video of what's coming over the horizon on March 6th. No, this has nothing to do with the President Trump or nothing like that. It has to do with Antifa. So I'm going to wait till some people get in here and I'm going to share. And I really want everybody to know, as we found out last night, that Google will be deleting a lot of comments I have no control over. So what I'm going to be doing is sharing this video, and I strongly urge you to listen to every word. It's about 25 minutes long, and some of y'all may know him. Prepared Mind, John with the Prepared Mind. A lot of people say, "Oh, he's a Mason, this and that." No, he's extremely smart ex-Marine, and he's talking about what's going to happen, what's planned, and has been put out there for the world to see on March 6th. And with the FBI, Homeland Security, and all saying that Trump supporters are Homeland terrorists, all that BS. That it's just mind boggling. And what's going to happen on the 6th should raise, if there was a flag redder than red, should raise red flags, and nothing's being said through the White House, etc. But without further ado, let me say hey to everybody's in the house. Amos Black's in the house. What's shaking, bacon? Good to see you. Sister Rhonda R's in the house. Brother Michael Gale's in the house. Great to see you. Crystal Gypsy, much love. Great to see you at all time. Night Ace 2, if I said that right. I read and spell like a drunk 3-year-old. So thank you for coming and stopping by. Sister Renee Vester. Hey, gonna listen, getting in the shower. Okay. I'll try to make sure the volume up, or it's up good enough on the video. Jackson's in his other room playing games. He's gaming, so I don't know how. John Davis, cocksuckers. I wonder how that stayed up so long and didn't get taken down. Time to light some shit up then. We've sat back while those pieces of shit, sons of bitches, have destroyed our cities. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about, or I won't be talking about. John will. I beg you all just to listen, and if his face is froze up or whatever, if you can still hear his voice, it's very vital. We're not sissies. We're not wusses. Hey, Sister Jesse Wessel. Adrian's in the house. Great to see you. Debbie Smith McConnell's. Hey, what's up from Mississippi? Lisa Pritchard's in the house. Good evening to you. Brother Mark Gale said hey to you. Miss Beautiful, Wonderful, Love Pugs. All right, without further ado, let me get to this so you all can. And this is mainly to protect yourself, keep your head on a swivel, and to protect your family if you live in certain cities. I mean, I've got nothing to worry about way out here. If they tried to make their way out here, they'd get bit by the black mamba. RG Homestead, great to see you. Even if you just in the background or involved in the chat, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It's free. Thank you there, brother. Appreciate it. NW Swamp in the house. What's shaking bacon? All right, let's see what old Johnny Boy's got to say. And I'm not showing you all this because we're scared, we're chicken shit, this and that. No, it's to protect your family and be weary, and then question yourself, why has this group not been declared a terrorist group, a homegrown terrorist group. Homeland, just like Homeland Security and the FBI is starting to say that the right wing is a homegrown terrorist group, a bunch of BS. Trump supporters, old men in their 90s wearing a Trump hat. That's a domestic terrorist. So let me get rocking with this so y'all can hear it. And then after it's over, we'll chit chat for a bit. Hold on one second. Put it on full screen here for you. Volume's up. All right.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Prepared Mind channel. Welcome back, folks. Once again, I am not a huge bastion of good news. No, sad to say, sorry to say, that's not going to be the case. I want you prepared, though. I want you prepared fully for what's coming this spring. And folks, it's not even going to wait till spring. When I tell you what's going to happen, what's starting, today is the 4th of March. What's going to happen starts on the 6th of March. And who knows, the 4th of March, we could get some action in D.C. It could happen anywhere, anytime. But this is an event that we're being told is going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to be allowed to happen. And it's going to serve a purpose. Okay, purpose 3. Now, before I get started, I'm going to tell you I don't want you to do or encourage or glorify anything unlawful or illegal or dangerous or harmful, period. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about getting prepared. American Preparedness is my political campaign. That's my platform. Everything stems from that, being prepared. And I tell you what, folks, right? They are trying to say that people in the right, the political right, are violent activists, that we promote violence. And the FBI, and I'll talk more about the FBI later, but the FBI, the Department of Justice, the White House, Congress, the mainstream media completely ignore Antifa. And when they do address it, they say, no, it's just an idea. Well, the idea is being spread by a bunch of kids, right? They're just a bunch of kids. Well, the kids are back. They're not waiting for spring. They're starting now. March 6th. Antifa, right, has a day coming, and this is what they call it. This is what it's being advertised as. Ready? It's called Creed.
Now they're advertising this on websites, etc. So this isn't just some kind of Q conspiracy or something. This is what Antifa is advertising, and the words that they say are mind-blowing. At the fact that they're not getting their doors kicked in and getting raided or whatnot.
Create and destroy.
Let me back that up.
Now,
let me back that up just a sec.
No, it's just an idea. Well, the idea is being spread by a bunch of kids, right? They're just a bunch of kids. Well, the kids are back. They're not waiting for spring. They're starting now. March 6th. Antifa, right, has a day coming, and this is what they call it. This is what it's being advertised as. Ready? It's called Create and Destroy. Now, I want to know how social media allows them to advertise this, because the word destroy showing a flaming building. Green flames, 6th of March, 2021. I have no idea how that is considered constructive in any way. They have the word create there, but create and destroy. How do you do that? Well, they want to destroy America, freedom, liberty, the Constitution, and create their notion of what is right and good. And folks, it is a very scary proposition. I've talked to you about communism, how it started, how it's used, how it's worked, how these young morons are just a tool. And I've talked about Germany, the Nazi regime, same story, using the youth, the overly exuberant ding-dongs to create havoc, to get to a political end. Now, before I get into more details, I want to remind everybody that this is America, the United States of America. We are peace-loving people, but we are also the most heavily armed free people on the planet. The government, its agents, its bureaucracy, the mainstream media have been trying to take our freedom. They've been trying to take our guns, and they've been trying to remove our peace for decades. Fortunately, they haven't gotten any of those things, but they are taking our rights. And there is only so much of that a free people will take before they respond. It's not a threat. It's not a promise. It's nothing of the sort. It is a careful and thorough examination of history and psychology, understanding that free people are peaceful people by nature. But once they're pushed too far, they have to defend themselves like anyone, like any government agent would protect themselves, like any animal would protect themselves, right? You got fight or flight, and we have been fleeing from conflict with the political left. But now we're kind of in a corner. Right now I'm in Studio A at the Prepared Mind Network, and it's good to be back here out of the command center where I can get a little bit of sunlight. But we as a people, as Americans, we are being shoved around. So unlike Soviet Russia, sorry to say, but Soviet Russia, the Russian people got their asses kicked. Germany, same story. Some resisted the German Nazi machine all the way till the end, folks. There were anti-Nazi Germans, but they basically got their asses kicked. America, this is our chance to stop this before they take full control and become an incredibly dangerous and murderous regime. But that's what these kids want. Those darn rascally kids and their funny little idea, right? Here's what they have to say. Now, again, I don't know why Twitter or YouTube or Facebook, Instagram allow these people to have platforms and voices, because they do promote violence. They do glorify violence. They encourage illegal and unlawful behavior. They promote it and they teach how to do it. They encourage, promote, and glorify dangerous and harmful behavior. The exact opposite of what we do here. We say get prepared. They say this. We have been quiet for way too long. We must act now. We don't want placards and speeches. We want action. They're calling for action under the banner of create and destroy. This year on the 6th of March, we're calling for an autonomous day of action. Autonomous. Autonomous means something to these people. Remember, every word they use has a particular meaning. Remember, autonomous zone? That is a zone that was free of the rest of the United States, its laws and its order, its peace and its idea of justice. So they want an autonomous day of action. They want their day to be special, separate, and distinct from everything else. Right? It's not May Day. It's not Independence Day. It's their autonomous day. So they are calling for an autonomous day of action. And what have their actions been, folks? Over 250 individual acts of rioting and mayhem, which included murder, arson, looting, assault, rape, and you name it. Destruction of personal property, destruction of private property, violation of all laws, including mayhem. That is their kind of action. And there is a lot of real history. The government we're watching right now. As preppers, we need food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. Because these people are saying what they're going to do. They have a history of doing what they say they're going to do. They did it all last summer. Yet our government, the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, is looking for right-wing people, and we're the problem because we want freedom and liberty. These people are announcing what they're doing, folks, what they want to do. They're announcing it. And the government isn't going to stop them.
Antifa are the true domestic terrorists. So I want you to all really pay attention and listen to this just for, I care about you all. He gets more in depth, and then towards the end is very, very important as well, what he has to say. But March 6th, 2021, Antifa has, they're announcing it everywhere on the internet. And I believe it's going to be pretty nasty, pretty gnarly, and I believe they will be burning down buildings, etc. And I just want you all to be prepared if you're in any big cities, small cities. Like I said, I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. By the time they march their way out here, they'd be so tired. It'd be very easy to pick them off with the Black Mamba. But and let y'all know, I can't see your chats. I have to look over at my phone periodically, so I'm not ignoring anybody whatsoever.
The same way they had that ridiculous unit of the not fucking around committee or commission or whatever they were called, marching with loaded weapons and shooting themselves, threatening big acts of violence and calling out the KKK, who never showed up, right? They called for, promoted violence, and the leader got himself arrested. This is incredible. Let me get back to what they want to say. This year on the 6th of March, we're calling for an autonomous day of action, a day spent creating solidarity between our communities and destroying those who oppress us. Target the state. Keep it quiet, keep it serious. Create, destroy, cause chaos. That is the GAF, the VLF. That is Antifa.
Now, could you imagine if pro-Trump supporters put something out there like that, or just proud patriots all over the web? Can you imagine the repercussions we would suffer? But Antifa, blatantly domestic terrorist, they're untouchable.
And that is their promotional material. They're calling for violence. They're calling for attacking the state. Now, get this. Anyone that oppresses them, understand, folks, and I'm not lying or exaggerating, they feel oppressed by life. In college.
Same way here, Terry Christ, and good to see you, Walter. I can't keep stopping and looking over, but much love to everybody in the chat. And as soon as this is over, we'll discuss this topic.
In high school, they were taught.
One more time, and then I'll shut up. If you're just now coming in, March 6th, 2001, Antifa is planning. They have a plan to destruct and destroy all across the United States, burn down buildings, create crime, actually take over empty homes, houses, and squat like they autonomous zones, etc. Spray your streets. They're going to do all kinds of nasty stuff. But towards the end of this video, it's 25 minutes long. We're 9 minutes and 53 seconds into it. But what he talks about at the end is very, very eye-opening and very important. I mean, this is something you need to let your family know. And I did read what you said, Crystal, and Crystal Gypsy. Feel it in your bones, something, and Sister Jessie Wessel as well.
That white people bad, that government everybody oppresses and is holding them down. And we need to get rid of this government. And we need to install a communist regime, because then everyone is equally oppressed. And if everyone's oppressed the same, then no one's oppressed. You see, if everyone is equally miserable with equally nothing, then no one is oppressed, right? We're all equally fucking miserable. That's what these people want. And that's what they're calling for. They don't mind chaos because they're young. They don't know what pain is yet. These little turds have full bellies. They have a roof over their head. Okay, they have clothes on their back. Now, what happens when they start to feel a little real oppression? Like in one of their riots, when they assault somebody and they stand up for themselves and punch back, they scream for the police. They call for medics. They demand a doctor rinse the dust out of their eyes with some water, as if they're oppressed. They love to scream medic because now they feel like they're a victim. They want to be victims. They look at themselves as victims, but they also call on themselves and others for violence. This is coming, and this is March 6th. This is 2 days from now, folks. Be sure and have your self-defense tools shiny, clean, ready to go, just in case. I'm not telling anyone to go find these fools, to get in their way, to confront them, nothing. In fact, I think that's a very bad idea. Why? Because I think they're looking for it, and they want to make us look bad. They, meaning the mainstream media, the FBI, the government.
All right, one more time. It's good to see you, Joe Info. Everybody in here, I cannot on the computer screen see your comments, so it's over on the side of the desk. I can see your comments on the phone, but I can't. I'll get to them after this is over. So if you put something in there directed towards me, like "Hey, Locked and Loaded" or "Hey, Justin," and I don't reply, it's simply because I don't see it, because I'm watching the screen. But very, very important information. Good to see you there, Bubba the Love Sponge, Bubbalicious. All right, back to the.
They want us, patriotic Americans who want law and order, to look bad, while these commies are out here causing trouble. And sad to say, folks, they are going to cause trouble, because anyone that oppresses them, what do they call for? What do they call for? They want to destroy those.
Did you ever have to throw out a carton full of eggs?
Shut up.
Oppress us. So why did we see in Portland and Seattle patriotic Americans who want law and order to look bad, while these commies are out here causing trouble? And sad to say, folks, they are going to cause trouble, because anyone that oppresses them, what do they call for? What do they call for? They want to destroy those who oppress us. So why did we see in Portland and Seattle the elderly, the incredibly geriatric with walkers, snow white hair, bent over and hunched from a lifetime of hard work and effort, good people being harassed and screamed at and yelled at by these punk kids as they're trying to cross the street, walk down the sidewalk, because they see, these Antifa types see these old people as oppressing them, because they've lived a good life of hard work and everything else, but they have stuff like an aluminum walker, right? Or they go to get into their car. You have a car and they don't, so therefore you old people are bad. And they do that. They destroy, damage people's private property. There is no respect for private property in the world of communism. They want everything to belong to the state. But here it is, target the state. Why do they want to target the state if they're for the state? Well, this is not the state they want, the state of government, the state of the forum that we call a constitutional republic, that Democrats, you know, the liberal, progressive, socialist Democrats, they think it's something else. They call it a democracy. It's not a democracy, but they're trying to tear that down too. We are getting nothing but vicious attacks from the political left. That's all they do is attack, attack, attack. Whether it's Antifa or the progressive, socialist, liberal Democrat Party, it is attack the Constitution and attack freedom, so that us over here on the right, way over here, who want freedom, liberty, peace, quiet, law and order, equality, and justice. In other words, leave us alone. We'll pay our taxes. We'll work hard. We'll mow our lawns. We'll make America a good place to be in. They don't want that. Oh, I've got more on that later. But back to this. This is really important, right? The motto of the event, Autonomous Day of Action, is, quote, the kids won't be quiet. They're going to start a riot. What, did they get a hold of Dr. Seuss and the new woke Seuss is going to give them their little chance? You bet. These people are morons. And so they create little rhymes for them to say as they march. But folks, it's not good, right? They want direct act against the system. Anything you can do to attack the state. This March 6th, the kids won't be quiet. We will fuck shit up, is what they're saying. Get in action. Fuck shit up. Target capitalism. Target the state. Paint your streets. Fight injustice. And injustice means anything that isn't communism. That is their version of injustice. Fight injustice. Squat your local empty. Once again, they use terms. Squat your local empty. Squatting means take over. Empty is any empty house or building. In other words, live on someone else's property at their expense and destroy it. Help the homeless community. Remember when the homeless went into the Chaz and ate all of their food? Pretty funny stuff. Drop some banners. Be gay, do crime. All caps. Why all caps? Be gay, do crime. We will fuck shit up. But what, folks, literally, what is the FBI looking for? What is the DC Metropolitan Police thinking is going to happen? What does the Department of Justice, the Attorney General, think is going to happen? They think that the right wing is causing problems. They are claiming, they literally claim that the Oath Keepers, that is veterans, police officers, former police officers, and enlisted military, if they can, be a part of an Oath Keeper organization. They're the bad guys, the people who have sworn oaths to defend and uphold the Constitution and protect it against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Those people are the bad ones, according to the FBI, the Department of Justice, the Attorney General's office, the White House, and Congress. They're worried about that when these people here, these leftists, come out and tell us exactly what they're going to do. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, what can you do about it? I recommend you get prepared. I recommend you get prepared for acts of violence to occur in your town, in your neighborhood, and maybe on your...
Now, did you hear that? People might think, oh, it's not going to happen in my town. I seriously doubt it's going to happen where we're at, for sure. Our population's 179 people. But be prepared if it comes to your town, your city. If you live in a small city, but it's, it's a city. If you live in the suburbs, they go everywhere now. They don't just stick to the streets. You see videos of Antifa going down the roads in the suburbs chanting, and it's going to be nasty. I strongly believe it.
They're worried about that when these people here, these leftists, come out and tell us exactly what they're going to do. Now that we've gotten that out.
Real quick, Brother Michael Gale, I was thinking about you too when I watched this. In small cities, I thought about you, but I know you got you a pretty little toy you could definitely do some damage with. But big cities, little cities, rural areas. Nobody's really, unless you're way out in the farm countries and there's like where I live, you really don't have much to worry about. Heck, I don't know. Just keep your head on a swivel, be prepared, and we'll see what March 6th brings. We'll see what tonight brings.
Out of the way. What can you do about it? I recommend you get prepared. I recommend you get prepared for acts of violence to occur in your town, in your neighborhood, and maybe on your street. I'm not going to tell you what to do beyond that. I can't tell you what to do beyond that because I don't know what town you're in, nor do I understand what the threat level will be in your town. I just know that I will be prepared to protect others around me, to assist law enforcement in controlling and maintaining law and order against acts of vandalism, acts of vigilante communist justice. Their idea is attack anything and anybody that oppresses them. No one's oppressing them, but they think they are. They've been brainwashed into believing they're oppressed. Talk to your police department, talk to your sheriff's department, and ask them, what are they doing about this? Send an email, send a text, make a phone call to your local representatives, your state Senate and Assembly, your national or federal House of Representatives member or senator, and say, what are you doing about Antifa? Their March 6th that's coming. They're promising violence. They want to burn, attack, loot, take over people's places of business and residence. They have declared themselves the enemies of freedom. Our country is based on a foundation of liberty and constructive government action, meaning protecting our liberty, protecting us from all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's what the government is supposed to do. The Constitution is a limiting document that protects our rights and coordinates and activates a government to ensure our rights and property is protected. And if local mayors won't do it, and if local police won't do it, you need to get out of that locale. And people are doing it right now. They're going to new jurisdictions that are in free states. Maybe counties like, is it Polk County, where Sheriff Grady Judd? There's other great sheriffs out there. And it just goes to show you, if your sheriff doesn't stand up and say your right to defend yourself, others, your property, if they don't support that notion, then they support the idea of Antifa doing what they want. If they won't get out and arrest these clowns, the moment they do something wrong and illegal, instantly arrest them. If they won't do that, there's a problem. And you need to get out of that locale. And you need to go to a place somehow, folks, because this is going to get a lot worse. And you bet your ass Biden, if he even understood what was going on, would applaud. And I absolutely guarantee that Vice President Kamala Harris is going to be quietly clapping. I wonder if she's going to, as Vice President of the United States of America, going to coordinate and help bail these people out of jail once again, just as she did in the summer of 2020. Before the election, the vice presidential candidate was bailing out criminals. Criminals were committing egregious acts of violence and felonies. That's our vice president. You think she's not going to continue to applaud? Or was she just applauding because Trump was president? And now she's totally for law and order. I haven't heard her say anything. I haven't heard Congress speak up against Antifa. I haven't heard the FBI say it. Folks, these are scary times. Get prepared. The power could go out. Have solar power. The water could get turned off or contaminated. Have water filtration. The police may be so busy, and this was the case when I was in California in 2020. The police may be so busy, they can't come and help you. I talked to a deputy friend of mine. I said, hey, how you doing there, Chris? What do we do? He said, hey, John, A lot of counties they're getting so many calls that the police, the dispatch is telling people, I'm sorry, but you're on your own. Folks, if we can't get, and this was in a conservative county, and Chris did not tell me, John, you're on your own. He just said, this is what's going on around the state. It could happen again. It's going to happen again. These people want to cause so much chaos that the police cannot respond properly. We will be left on our own. Understand also that Antifa will film every act against them and then release that to the mainstream media because they want to show anybody who stands up to their fucking terrorism and mayhem. They want to promote and present us as the wrong people. They are not going to be peaceful protesters, folks. I read to you exactly what they're prescribing. Exactly what they're prescribing. Let me do it again. Let me read it again. We will fuck shit up. Drop some banners, right? Fight injustice, target the state, target capitalism, get in action, paint your streets, fuck shit up, do crime. Need I say more? No, I need not say more. This is coming. 2 days. I take them at their word, folks. I don't believe that this is just big talk from a bunch of little punks. I do understand that they don't understand exactly what they're in for. They need, as far as I'm concerned, to be tracked down, hunted, and brought to justice by the proper law enforcement authorities for the crimes that they have committed and will commit. And one more item before I go back to the research department here.
All right, everybody, I want you to listen. This is very, very important right here. And it's true. I had said something about it quite a while back. Not in the same context, but I did speak of this.
Here at the Prepared Mind Network. One more thing. They have promised to bring guns this year. They're talking about the fact that they now have guns. They were outgunned last year. They brought guns last year, but they were outgunned. So this year they're going to bring more. They don't understand. Or worse, they do understand, and they're trying to bring this nation down and cause civil unrest and partisan unrest to a level our nation has never seen before. And our government, our sheriff's department, our police departments, our state attorney general, our state police need to understand that when anybody who is a, shall we say, good citizen is engaged in acts of self-defense, it is purely that. It is an act of self-defense against these tyrants. It's coming, folks. Get prepared now. Get prepared now, folks. It's I don't know how else to put this. Right? Chance favors the prepared mind is yours. Godspeed. Semper Fi.
All right, I want to thank you all for sticking around to listen. Definitely a very important announcement. Now, I saw in some of the, now I can see your all's chat. Definitely no fear. That's why I always say, fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God, fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. But the one thing about Antifa, when they say they're going to do something, they do it. They do it. So a lot of the things, with the March 4th, I really didn't listen to much of it, didn't pay attention to it, that, Trump was going to take over and all that. The QAnon, this and that, I'm not really into all that. So that never really sparked my interest as far as I'm concerned. We're stuck with who we're stuck with. But when it comes to Antifa. And now they're coming with guns like they had. I said last year, I said they got guns. And I said, one thing I said, now that they got guns, they're not going to want to abolish the Second Amendment because that would take away their guns as well. So, yes, they have guns and they've been buying more guns. But this is not just for DC or whatever. This is going to be, cities all over the United States. They're going to create their own little Antifa groups here and there. And, there's going to be bigger riots. They're going to, like I said, paint the streets. They're going to spray paint buildings. They're going to bash out windows. And basically, what we need to do is have no fear. Like he said, shine up your toys, get them all cleaned up, lubed up, shined up, and pray you don't have to use them, and pray for the souls of Antifa that they don't find where you live. But yeah, what Sister Jessie Wessel, I saw that you had a feeling in your gut the day of. Matter of fact, just a vapor. You said something to me in the video I did the other day. You said March 6th, and it's the 66th year or something. I can't remember exactly what you said. But yeah, Crystal, you said that you had, a feeling in your gut something big was going to happen, along with just a vapor. I mean, it's all documented. It's on in the comments section. Sister Jessie Wessel, same thing. But yeah, Antifa, what's up, Joe Info? Friends don't let friends be sheeple. Be ready. Amen. That's why I wanted to share that video. I just saw the video. It came out, and I was like, I got to go put it up here. And that's a good one, too, there, Brother Michael Gale. Antifa needs to fear me. Now, y'all got to know, if you don't know, Brother Michael Gale is our veteran, badass, used to rappel out of helicopters. He was a sniper. He shot the 50 cal, a couple other ones I can't remember offhand. Total badass. Still is. Loves his wife more than life itself. So I hope Antifa doesn't come your way. March 6th, the 66th day. Is there something behind it? Something's going to happen. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe they'll back out. I highly doubt it. But I definitely, right here is just basically Joe Info. I love how you said that once again. Friends don't let friends be sheeple. Be ready. Get the news out. Share this video. I don't ever ask you all to share the video. Share it to your friends. Share it to your family. Make sure they lock their doors at night if they feel, oh, no, or lock their, don't keep your purses, women, in your car and leave it unlocked, or don't leave your purses in your car and lock it and think it's going to be safe. They'll just bash the window out and take your stuff. And it's hell. You lose your social security number, you lose your ID, you lose your credit cards, your bank cards. You got to start from scratch. It's a very hard thing to do. I already shared the video. Yes, love pugs. I said I saw you did that, so I put a little heart thing. Like I said, I can't now. I can read y'all's comments because the other it's full screen on mine as well. It's hard for me to look over and twist my neck and see what's on the phone because the phone's a little out of my reach. But yes, we'll just end it on that. March 6th. Please be ready. Keep your head on a swivel. If you don't have to go anywhere and you live in a small city, or a big city, or just a heavy populated area. I mean, it's not like being a chicken, but if you don't have to go somewhere, just stay home. Order Netflix. If you don't like Netflix, order something else. Watch some old DVDs. Kick back and watch some old locked and loaded videos. Those are always good. The shooting videos. Go on my playlist and look up shooting videos. But just, and if you do go out, You know, keep your head on a swivel, keep your eyes open, watch the crowds, and when you're driving, make sure you watch what's up ahead of you. Make sure you don't have a bunch of Antifa morons blocking the streets, and the next thing you know, you're caught up in a gridlock jam, and Antifa's walking down, bashing out people's windows while you're stuck in your car if you don't have anything to protect yourself. And another thing too, if you're in a green or if you're in a blue city and you're in your car and they're bashing your windows out and stuff trying to get you, and you reach and grab a gun and you fire on them, there's a strong possibility, even though you're protecting your own life, that your ass is going to go to prison for at least manslaughter, because each state has different laws, and it's a bunch of BS. It should be stand your ground law throughout each state, and the same with your vehicle. If you're in your vehicle and people are bashing out your windows trying to drag you out, you should have every right to protect your life and pump them full of lead. Pray for the truck drivers. Amen. Very good point there, Sister DB. They're going to be out in the mix of all that too as well. We got Brother AB. We got Brother Scott, truck drivers. Just put a nice little prayer in there for them. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming in. We got a lot of viewers this time. We got up to 50 something. So thank you for hitting that like button and getting a few more people. I mean, like I said, it's not like the old days, 200-300, but yeah, I could definitely handle this. Much love. Fear no man, never fear death. Get right with God, fight the good fight, and always stay locked and loaded. God bless. Later.